Hello fish fools, Jeff here. This is one huge fat pregnant guppy. Looks like she's about to drop 100 babies at any moment. And she resides in this 20-gallon long aquarium. So my plans for this tank have kind of veered off course multiple times. I set it up with the intent to use it as an egg layer breeding tank. Like Crebensis is one that I had in mind, dwarf cichlids that would lay eggs in a cave, this little coconut hut, and they would guard the eggs. Or I also thought about maybe white clouds or corridors, but then I set it up and didn't have any fish in it at the time, and I just thought, okay, well, I'll just put a guppy in here, and she was the first fish that I put in here, and with the exception of this blue Endler and this yellow tiger Endler, all the others are her offspring. I think. I mean, it could be there is some, like right here. It was 5 months ago when I put her in here, about 5 months ago. So these are some fry that are probably born within like a week old or less. They could be offspring of her daughters. But my intent was, when I decided to put her in here, was to let her have babies in here, and then I would take out the males and leave only females, virgin females, for these those two Endlers to breed with. And since they've been in here, they've been harassing her like crazy. So I never got around to taking out the males, and I just let it be a colony as it is. And I also put some shrimp in here, and the shrimp have been reproducing, and I put in some Malaysian trumpet snails, and those went crazy. They were everywhere. And I did have some pearlweed. It's all gone now. There might be a few little bits floating in here, maybe. And I twice had hydrocotyle tripartita Japan plant, and that's all that's left of that. And there's the Anubias Java fern, and that's Cryptocorin lutea back there. But yeah, the pearlweed and the hydrocotyle didn't have success with those, so I'm going to do something else, something that I kind of had in mind going years back that I thought I might do. And another plant, a stem plant that I'm going to try to grow, and just start with a few stems and see how much I can propagate it. And I'm going to go to another tank and show you what I'm talking about. So this is one of my 40-gallon aquariums, mostly guppies and platies, and some neocaridina, a couple of Julii corridors. This is one that I've had for a while. This is one of the ones I got from Aquahuna. I added two of the small ones in here. I don't know if the other one is still in here or if it may have died. I don't know. I hope not. But it's kind of cool seeing how they're, I mean, it's not like a adult and child, but they're different sizes and they hang out. It's kind of cool watching them just doing that. Well, anyway, before I get to topic, what I'm going to do is take some of this Anacharis out. So I'm about to do a water change on this 40-gallon, and while I'm in there, I'm going to take some of this Anacharis to move to that 20-gallon. So this was, it's kind of neat how it grew like this. Always the one stem that grew long up to the top, and then from the flow of the hang on the back filter pushing it down, it was down like this, and then these other stems started growing out of it. So I'm going to clip off a couple of these to put in the 20-gallon and see how well they grow, and then I will clip them. Start with a couple stems, clip it, propagate it, and just see if I can fill the tank with that. So Anacharis, it's a fast-growing stem plant, but one thing about fast-growing stem plants is they're also fast-dying plants if they can, if something is off. So I haven't been able to grow the other stem plants in that 20-gallon. I don't know if it was the lighting just has a Beamsworth light in there, but we'll see if Anacharis can grow in there. So that's what I'm going to do. And what the hell, while I'm in here getting my hands wet doing a water change, clipping some Anacharis, I think I'm going to grab a couple of these platies too. Drop in the 20-gallon as well. So I'm going to get my hands wet, and then I will show you what I have taken out. Stand by. Alright, so there's some Anacharis added to the 20-gallon, 20 long. And the super fat pregnant guppy being super fat and pregnant, ready to explode. And I did add some platies. There's one. I added 3. They're juveniles. There's another one. Get it to focus on the fish. And there are lots of cool looking Guppy Endler hybrids. So that female guppy has Endler genes. Generations from Guppy Endler hybrids. First Endlers that I got were males, and they, my local fish store doesn't sell female Endlers, so but they crossbreed with guppies and make some cool looking babies, cool looking offspring. So just looking at some of these. That one's just about to starting to color up, looking like it'll develop some cool colors. And as I was adding the Anacharis, there was a few tiny bits of pearl weed left floating, so I put them back into the substrate and see if they can last. But I haven't had success with it. So what I want to do with this Anacharis, I'd like to get it to grow and propagate it and fill up the whole tank. So I'm just going to let it grow like up to the top or close to the surface. Then I'll snip it and plant the top half in and just have it continue like that. Stem plants are easy to propagate. All you'd have to do is just snip them and then plant them back in, and they'll just grow from there. And where they are snipped, they can sometimes grow 2 separate stems out of that. Like as I showed before I clipped these out of my 40-gallon, how that one stem across and then just several other stems coming out of that. That's how stem plants can grow. And there's a little piece of Java fern floating by right there that would have propagated from this piece right here on the piney wood. And we got some shrimp. There's one of the blue ones on this rock here. Cool looking male Endler. Got a red shrimp back there. There's a bunch of them in here. Some of them kind of blend plain colors. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I also added this plant in here. This is a mystery plant that propagated from my other 40-gallon tank. Don't know what plant that came from. It might be a melon sword plant, but as it grows, I might be able to identify it better. Little tiny fry just went by. There it is. Yeah, so what I want this to be, I want to be able to call this my Anacharis plant, Anacharis tank. So I just want to have this primarily be Anacharis, have that fill in. So I guess this will be my, as it is now, 20-gallon long Guppy Endler hybrid, Malaysian trumpet snail, neocaridina shrimp, and Anacharis tank. Alright, well that's it for now. And remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.